soak it up.
I first want to ask you, what are you feeling getting back into things, especially coming off that contract extension?
It's great, to be back home. We had a good 10 days in Florida. We put our heads down and worked, touched on the tactics and everything like that. But to be back home, it's amazing. The contract extensions, it's kind of a dream come true, to continue to be here in Columbus, close to family and close to the fans. So it's just kind of at a high right now, I would say.
I want to kind of jump off that. Just 2 months, you won an MLS Cup, you got your first national team cap, and then a contract extension. How has this whirlwind been for you?
It's been a lot, but just kind of taking it day by day, and kind of using the guys around me who've had that experience too, to kind of learn from them and kind of see how they managed it, and taking it day by day and just kind of come in, worked, listen to the staff, to the guys around me, and just get ready for the season.
And what was that like coming into training camp, coming off the national team camp and everything?
It was good. It was a little bit of a preseason in a way, to kind of get fitness before coming back, but to still, there's different ideas from the national team to what we have here. So it's kind of nice to get back in here and get back to what Fred and the staff want, and just kind of gearing towards the home opener.
I know you're close to Will. What's it been like seeing him get kind of back in the swing of things? I know he said he feels like he's kind of pulled back into training.
Yeah.
What was that like seeing that?
It's amazing, to see kind of what he went through last year. It's difficult for any player, and I think he handled it really well. And he's come back in from into preseason in a really good spot, and just to see him flying around again, seeing the joy on his face, it's really good to see.
And your coach has said that he wants to have meetings kind of with everyone just to talk about his role. Have you talked to your coach just about the role, what's expected for the season, or have you not gotten that point?
Not yet.
Thank you.
Sean, what have you seen so far this year from this preseason versus last year with Nazi coming in?
Yeah, I think last year there's a lot more teaching they had to go through early in the preseason, and I think now you have this year, a year underneath them. We still touch on the same ideas, but it's kind of we're a step ahead of where we were. We don't have to ease into it as much. We're kind of already getting through kind of what he wants to do. I think we're in week 3, and I think last year it was probably week 4 or 5 before we're even at this point. So I think we're in a really good spot, and just kind of keep flowing through the things he wants us to get under our belts.
With you being a homegrown and getting your contract extension, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What have you sort of taught with some of the crew too, or some of the academy players that come up and train with the first team?
Yeah, it's being in that spot, coming through academy before college, just telling them to just to enjoy every moment you can. When you come into training, just be you. Don't try and overthink things. Because I know when I was in the academy and I would train the first team, I know I was overthinking a lot, and worried about what they would think of me and trying to perfect everything. And I think that's kind of more detrimental than honestly positive for you. So I just continue to tell them just to be them and stick to what they're good at. And there's a reason they're called up to training. So just continue to do what they're capable of doing.
Coach has talked about the way the style of training that you guys do. Do you think that gives you guys a little advantage, coming in with the congested schedule that you guys have this year? As far as going the 100% the first 2-3 days of training.
Yeah, I think so. I think the way that they handle our training week every week is really demanding, and I think they really push us early in the week, and I think we saw, especially last year, as the first couple weeks went on, I think fitness-wise a little iffy, but I think after the first couple weeks we were flying, and I think guys could continue to go, and I think you saw that, especially towards the end of the season when you're playing 120 minutes late in games, and guys are still going. Guys are, after the game, still have enough to celebrate and do all this different stuff, and I think we're at a point this year already. Guys, we all came back in really good shape, ready to to tackle what the coaches want from us, and we knew we have a really congested schedule, especially early in the season, to just to give everything we can every week, and we know we have a deep squad too. So just continue to keep going.
What's your mentality now that you got called up to the senior national team? What expectations or goals do you have for yourself that you're going to try to accomplish this year or push for team goals?
Yeah, I think for me personally, it's just continue to learn from everyone around me, and take everything that the staff has, everything they have to say to me, and take it in and to try and apply it the best I can. Whether it's on the field, whether it's off the field, everyday life, just kind of handling a lot of different stuff better, I would say. Last year, there's moments where I think I lacked on certain aspects, and I think just being really detail oriented on everything this year, whether it's on the field, in the training room, doing ice baths, things like that, just taking care of everything I can to the best of my ability.
My last one. Last year, you know, you took over for Will when he went down. And, you know, he sort of watched, you know, overshadowed everything. He said he gave you some tips, you know, last year that from what he saw. How are you reversing that now that he's back out there being active now and able to, you know, finally be a part of the team instead of sitting, you know, looking on the outside?
Yeah. Last year when he was early in the season, you know, he got a glimpse of everything with what the staff wanted, and then kind of being away from it a little bit, and not being on the field as much, and kind of being in training and seeing that. I think he's leaned on a lot of guys, especially our closer group that we have, just to help him with everything he can, asking questions when he needs, focused on the different tactics that the staff wants, and kind of honing in on little things, position specific for him, and kind of going from there.
Sean, when you got to national camp, did they ask you what position you play, and so what did you say?
No, they did not. It was just kind of came in, just whatever position they were going to put me in, I was ready to go. Originally started as a midfielder there though, and kind of went back and forth between midfielder and center back. So kind of similar to here, but it was a good learning moment from both positions and a whole aspect of it.
Are you ready to add a fourth position this year?
Whatever's needed. I'm telling Patrick if they need me to put me in goal, I'm ready too. But yeah.
You mentioned that everyone came back really in shape and everything. Do you think that's a byproduct of the fact that there was such a short break? Is there ever worry about the flip side of burning out and not having that break?
Yeah, I think having last season go so far, I think it really did help kind of come back fit. You know, we've talked with our staff, and they've said that there's certain metrics or certain lengths that you lose a specific amount of fitness, and I think with kind of the short turnaround we had, I think it was hard to lose that much fitness. So to kind of have that was nice. But on the flip side, I think burnout's possible for anyone. I think whether you go as far as you did last year, the season's long, and anything's possible. But I think with the way we kind of run things, with the way the staff runs things here, I think it's very difficult with the way they kind of mix things around, let you enjoy. And I think that's the biggest thing, just enjoying it, coming in every day. It's what you love to do, and I think if you get to enjoy that, I think it's makes it more enjoyable, and you don't get to have that burnout, really.
Is there anything specific you do to avoid that burnout?
Just kind of when I'm not here, spend time with guys, with family and friends, go out and play golf, things like that. Just kind of take your mind off it a little bit, and just kind of find that freedom when you can.
And the last thing I want to ask is, seeing a player like Taha sign with the first team, obviously it's not the same linear path, but it's a similar Ohio kid, grew to and everything. What is it like seeing that and kind of reflecting on your own career?
It's amazing. You know, it really shows how kind of this club is built into the youth. It's a testament to all the work and all the effort they put into all of us. You know, you see guys, you see Aiden, you see me, Keegan, guys like that, and now you have Taha coming up. I think it just goes to show that this club believes in what they have, and you see it every weekend on the field and going from there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sean, going back to your time with the national team, what was that like? I mean, just walk out onto the field. Is that like a pinch me moment kind of?
Yeah, it is. It's something, you know, you dream of. There's moments you dream of as a little kid, and I think that's another moment in my life that you dream, and you know, just continue to make the most of that moment. Go out there and do what you can, but also not forget where you what led to that path. It's just kind of reflecting on everything that took me to that point, but and now not being settled with just that. Just continue to push myself and go for more too.
And coming off your contract extension, what has it meant to you to stay in Ohio?
It means everything to me. You know, all the support I've gotten from the club, from the fans, and also being close to family and friends is amazing. You see them in the stands every weekend, and just being close with them allows me to, you know, kind of feel everything just feels like home to me here. So it's a great feeling.
Time for one more. Let's go to Gaston, wrap up.
I just wanted to ask you something about something you said before. You said that you were lacking some aspects from last year, and you're taking more care this year.
Mm-hmm.
Please dig a little bit deeper on what you were lacking last year.
Yeah, I think there was sometimes, you know, after training where it's a long session and you don't want to, you just want to get in the locker room and kind of relax and kind of get on with your day. But I think for me, it's making the most of that after training, getting with the coach, working on little things, whether it's range of pass, whether it's you know, breaking the first line, looking far to see close and stuff like that. So just little things like that. So staying on the field longer, working on aspects of my game that I think I need to improve on, or it's you know, spending more time in the training room after training too, taking care of my body to best prepare me more come the weekend.
What
Great.
trigger? Oh, sorry.
We'll take this last one, then we gotta wrap.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, wanted to ask you what triggered that change in your mindset.
Just, you know, it's something that I started to do a little bit last year, and I think it kind of helped me, and then I kind of got away from it, especially when the season got congested. I think it was just hard to find that time. So I think it's just kind of, you know, a new year and just get back to what I wanted to do and kind of improve my game and to help me every day. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Sean.